You out of here?
Yeah, I got to put my mom's dinner.
All right, man.
Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Feud. I'm your host Lemaire Lee and your judge Lemaire Lee. Welcome to a new episode. We have a great episode. We have two wonderful contestants. One of them looking to avenge a loss, and it's another guy's first time, a newcomer, a new challenger. The first guy is Andy Malafarina, and the other guy is Alex Nicholas. Two great comedians who are going to make great feud competitors. Now, let me explain the game to you guys, the audience. You are the judge. You are the jury. You guys decide the points. If so, for example, my favorite opinion of all time for this show is you shouldn't be able to get a DUI during the day. And if you would agree with that, in the chat you would vote pro, or in the polls that are going to come up, you would vote pro. So, and if you don't agree with that, you would vote con in the chat or con in the polls, or try to take both into account. Please don't leave it up to me. I have bad judgment. Now, I hope that makes sense. This is a great game. It's fun. Even if you, after the first round, you'll get it anyway. So whatever. Let's give it up for your first comedian. He believes American football players and European football players should play against each other. Give it up for Andy Malafer. Oh, shit. Give me a second. Shit. Here we go. Give it up for Andy Malafarina. Andy, okay, now you're live. How are you, Andy?
Hey. I'm good, dude. I'm feeling great.
Dude.
I was reading a book on self-help today, and I got off the mind train, and I'm into my life, dude.
Nice. And can you explain that? Why do you believe American footballers and European footballers should play against each other?
Because I don't like have to do more. I don't like to have to do more work than I want to do, and to constantly let people know which football I'm talking about, it's extra steps, and I don't want to do that. So if you're gonna, I don't know whose fault it was. All I know is you're both called football. So if I'm gonna if I'm gonna have to use two different words, and you're not, then you guys are gonna have to play each other. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense, dude. Make it easy on me. It's not my fault you're stupid.
Exactly, 100%.
Thank you. That's a sound opinion. And your next comedian, he believes that Central Jersey is a real place. Give it up for Alex Nicholas. Alex, how are you today?
Yeah.
Let me make sure it's not that Andy video again.
I'm good, dude.
God damn it. Give me one moment, Alex. I'm trying to get the video right. I keep fudging up.
First player in feud history to be at a cookout.
Okay. It's free. It's free. You're good.
Huh?
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you explain to the people Central Jersey is a real place? What do you mean? Like, of course it's a real place.
It is a real place. It is. There's the North Jersey, there's the South Jersey, and Central describes the center of the state. Every state has a fucking center, dude. And for you to sit there, for people to think that there isn't, like, that's just dumb. Like, Central Jersey is a real place. There's people that, like, go back on, like, this Jersey Wikipedia and change it so that it's not a real place.
What, Central Jersey?
And I made it my life's work to always change it back every time.
Do you get notifications when it's changed? Or like, Alex, you gotta...
I'm the only dude that gets Wikipedia notifications on his iPhone.
Okay. Wow. Andy, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about Central Jersey being a real place?
I don't know. I've if I'm being honest, I was trying to think of something funny. I remember hearing that. And, like, you know, moving from PA, like, our famous stupid argument is like Wawa versus Sheets, and then I heard people saying like Central Jersey's real, and other people getting any emotion about that. I was like, oh, everyone's got their fucking dumb arguments. Like, who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
Let them call it what they want.
Yeah, let the idiots be idiots. I hear you, Alex. And how do you feel about Andy's dumb opinion? How do you feel about American footballers and European footballers playing each other? Oh no!
It's bullshit, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Yo, look, cause you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be an NFL team versus a team full of special teams, and it's not gonna be exciting. Yo, before the play starts, there's gonna be dudes grabbing legs, and just laying on the turf. Like, it's not gonna be good.
No, that doesn't sound fun at all.
No, and also you gotta understand too that both sets of fans are gonna be there, and soccer fans hate black people for some reason. So I don't think the NFL.
So, you said soccer fans hate black people? Yeah, that goes under the radar. People really, just because soccer takes a while for anything to happen, they're like, don't worry, they get rowdy too, dog.
But, yeah, I'm telling you, if you had an NFL team versus a soccer team, the field would be littered in bananas. That's how racist.
There's no. That's all truths. That's all facts. I can't deny that. Nobody can deny that. Wow, dudes, this is going to be a great competition. Andy, my random generator decided that you're up first, and your opinion is, your opinion is that all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. You have 2 minutes to defend this opinion, and your time starts. Why isn't it changing?
I stand by it, bro. All dogs are. Hell yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
All dogs are boys. All cats are girls, and I stick strongly to that because every time I look at a dog, I say, "Hey, buddy," you know what I mean? Can you imagine looking at a dog and being like, "Come over here, sweetie"? That feels weird. You know why? Because all dogs are boys. And for cats, it's in the name. We call them pussycat. Pussycat. You don't call it. You don't say, "Hey, get over here, you dick." You say, "Get over here, you pussycat." And just like, can you picture a dick on a cat? Like, sit there and just think about a cat having a dick. You can't because they don't. They don't. And with dogs, we always talk about the red rocket. Where's the rocket? There's no rocket. There was no space race over there on cats. All the red rockets are only over in fucking Dogville, dude. And how do you explain cat dog?
You don't.
You don't, unless all dogs are boys and all cats are girls.
Oh, but cat is a boy too.
Sorry?
Cat's a boy dog too. Or cat's a boy cat.
See, you got it all fucked up because all dogs are boys, and you got it. There was a Freudian slip right there. You want to be a contrarian. I hear it in your voice. You want to be a contrarian, but you couldn't hide yourself from the truth. From the truth. And how do you think cat dog fits together? Think about that. Think about that. They fit in the middle. Dog's got his dick, and cat's got his pussy, and they fit together. Because all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. And I just don't know, man. Like, look at a cat. I've never once looked at my cat and been like, "Let me see your dick, bro." I've never felt that.
20 seconds.
And I just think it's a natural, I think it's just a natural a feeling of life. And I think it's the reality, man. And I think more people, stop searching for cat dicks. You're not gonna find them. That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say.
Wow, that's profound. Stop searching for cat dicks. That's words to go out by. I never thought about because cat and we have a comment from Chuck Gillespie. I don't know, is the last name hard for me to say. Chuck says cat dog were brothers, and he's right because cat was a boy also.
No, he wasn't. Actually.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, great job, Andy. Alex, it's your turn.
I don't know if you knew that he wasn't. So you dumb.
Hey, I'm going by the comments. I'm a judge here, and I do not read. So we're going to Alex. It's your turn, and your opinion. Oh, you have to counter his opinion, and you have a minute and a half, and your time starts now.
Am I good? Good now?
Yep.
And Andy's still on some bullshit, bro. Dogs be giving birth, see? Dogs give birth. Cat dog, I also find offensive. They're not two boys. They're not boy or girl. Correct term is they them.
Dang.
Nah, dude. Like, yeah, there's boy cats too. Like, there's boy cats that like will like if you brought a girl home, like they'll be snuggling up next to your girl because they sense that like it's a like boy cats are fucking dicks. There's girl fucking dogs that give birth to a whole bunch of other dogs. Men can't give birth.
That is a fact.
I don't even think I need all this time to reiterate that.
Well, you have 40 seconds. If you want to see it, you can.
Yeah, man. Plus, like, yo, listen, like, Andy's never asked a cat or a dog, hey, what do you identify as? You know, that's what I didn't hear in his argument.
Damn.
It's not fair. It's not fair to a pet.
That is not fair to a pet.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take the rest of this time out to just let Andy stew in that terrible argument.
Wow. Before you guys go back and forth, let me give the audience their cue to vote. You guys vote pro if you believe all dogs are boys and all girls are cats. If you believe all dogs are boys and all cats are girls, you guys vote pro in the chat or pro in the comments. And if you don't believe that, you vote con and both. And Alex and Andy, go get your votes, please.
Alex, I respect what you have to say, and I do gotta ask you: have you seen a cat's dick?
This is a powerful question.
No. Have you heard what cat sex sounds like?
Oof.
Yeah.
Great retort.
It sounds like the dismay of two pussies mushed together. That's what it sounds like.
Man. Sounds like something's going in.
Alex.
I do want to acknowledge Alex did make a good point. I shouldn't have I should have clarified all dogs are boys, all cats are girls, and all hamsters are fluid. I should have added that. I excluded a whole bunch, and that was insensitive of me.
Andy, I believe they prefer to be called gerbils.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, bro. Not even. Guinea pigs, sometimes you don't know what their classification is.
Exactly. Alex, you said you have to be male to give birth. Well, I have a fact for you. I don't know where I learned this, but there's a breed of lizard that's all female, and they hump each other's back to simulate sex, and then they like give birth.
Yo, but we ain't talking about lizards right now, bro.
That is fair. That is a fact. There's no denying we are not talking about lizards.
I would like to add, lizards don't have any sex. They are, in fact, robots. I have a lot on this. If you guys want to check out my manuscript, animalgenitalia.gov over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Check it out over there.
Hey, bro, I could tell you care about it because you gave it a gov. You didn't even give it the org.
You know you can just do that, by the way. Everyone fucking settles for .com. Like, you can just buy .gov.
Yeah.
You don't have to check. You don't have to check with anyone.
No, there's not like a person who's like, you can't buy that. You're not a government. Okay. You guys, that's the end of voting. I'm going to call it here. And Alex, you get the point. Alex, you get that point. People don't believe all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. So, yeah, let's move on to the next opinion. Sorry, Andy, it's a rigged a little bit. So, Alex, it's your turn for you to defend your opinion, and your opinion is bodegas are better than corner stores. You have 2 minutes to defend, and your time starts now.
Yes.
You could go.
More for your value. You get the most out of your money, bro. You don't have this evil white dictator convenience store owner that's charging you dollars more on pistachios, all the kind of profit, you know? Like, you can holler at the homie over there, bro. He sells you loose cigarettes, not even in the pack. And it's an adventure every single time. You might bring home a pet. You might bring home the best sandwich of your life. However, guess what? It'll all cost you no more than $10. Whereas when you go to these convenience stores, you got a dude that might not be at the register all the time, or he's scoping you out too hard. Fucking bodega people wish you would steal something, bro. Go ahead, try to steal something. I bet you anything. You know the big ass things that they put on keys at gas stations so you don't lose the key.
Yeah.
That's getting to the back of your damn head if you dare steal anything out of that bodega. Not only that, you learn you nobody took Spanish seriously in high school. But guess what? You want something that you actually need to buy, you're gonna learn how to speak fucking Spanish, bro. After a while, you're gonna learn every aisle, so you're at least 6 aisles fluent in Spanish. And I probably also say too, it's like definitely I also just love bodegas for the for the Lucy aspect. I like just buying just 6 cigarettes and telling people that buy packs that they're fucking disgusting. And yeah, I rest my case.
Wow, Alex, that was a tremendous debating, and you got a bird co-signing you in the background. That's sick. It's pretty. It's the first time we've ever had nature agree with someone.
Bro, I'm all around, bro. Yeah. I'm around grills. I'm around ribs, burgers, birds, whatever.
You got to get a. What about the bodega cat? How do you feel about that?
Oh, bodega cats are amazing, man. And guess what? You could. They'll give it to you for free. They'll give you the cat as a bargaining tool to buy something out of it.
That is okay.
That's a couple family members of mine got pets, bro.
They just got gifted bodega cats.
Yo, your cats know what Goya smell like. That's the type of pet I want.
Okay, well, thank you, Alex. And now, Andy, it's your turn. You have 1.5 minutes to counter these claims, and your time starts now.
I'll start off with this. I don't know what bodega means, and it scares me. And okay. I don't like things that I don't understand. And I understand corner store. What is it? Where is it? At the corner. What is it? A store. Let's do it. I'm down for that. And it's real straightforward. There's no questionable cats I got to deal with. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a deal. A free cat sounds nice. A Lucy, you say? That sounds like a bargain. This sounds nice. But a corner store has more order. I know what I'm getting. There's no frills. There's no risk of anything. Like you said, I might learn Spanish. I don't know Spanish, and that's a thing I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to better myself. That scares me to better myself. I don't want to tread into those waters. The corner store is safe. I know what I'm getting. I know I'm going in there. Sure, am I paying twice as much? That's what I want to do. I want to pay $4 for a bottle of water and drink it and show everyone the label so they know I'm better than them. And this is what you get at the corner store. Self-assurance of everything you already believed. And you don't need to question it.
Okay. Andy, you make a great point. You make great points. Corner store for luxury. You know, why buy Gucci when you could just go to Walmart? And you're saying you go to Gucci, which is the corner store, because of the class.
And it's straightforward, no frills.
Well, you guys, we got a bunch of votes already, so let me open up the voting. You guys, bodegas, if you believe bodegas are better than corner stores, you vote pro in the poll or in the chat. And if you don't believe that, you vote con in the poll or the chat. Andy, Alex, do you have any more last minute points?
I would like to meet halfway with Alex, because this Lucy concept, I am a fan of it. I always thought 20 cigarettes was too many. I always thought they should sell cigarettes by the 5-pack, just to have a good night out worth of cigarettes, not a whole weekend.
Yeah. Who wants to? Yeah. Well, Andy, you can't agree until the end, but you guys keep Alex, why do you think bodega? Can you tell me? Have you had any bad corner store experiences? Have you had any bad bodega experiences? Like, what
I've
has
never
made you come to this great?
I've never had a bad bodega experience in
Ooh,
my life, bro.
wow.
However, I've had several bad corner store experiences. Some for reasons that people are protesting for today, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Corner store is just like that's the away game,
Mm-hmm.
bro. You know what I mean? I go in there, I don't know what's behind those doors. You know,
Yes.
you could be Polish, you could be Amish, you could be Indian. Who knows? However, bodega, you already know that there's somebody that looks exactly like one of my own,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm at home and everything's fine.
Mm.
Do they cast a disparaging look once they figure out I can't speak fluent Spanish? Yes, but it makes me want to better myself.
And Andy, as a proponent to bettering yourself, how does that make you feel?
Scared and angry, and I'm not sure why. I will say you talked about. I do like a corner store because it's got a nice. The music's always at a nice mid-range volume. My ears never hurt. I always appreciate that, and then it's always easy listening. So once again, I'm a real middle of the road, no frills kind of guy. Corner store is home for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, Alex, well these votes are really close. That's why I haven't called it yet. So you guys get out there. You guys watching, get out there and vote in the chat or in the poll if you can see it. Pro if you believe that bodegas are better than corner stores, and con if you don't agree. But Alex, bodegas, okay. Are you talking about specifically Spanish bodegas? Because we all, as bodegas experts as we all know they come in 3 flavors: Hispanic, Asian, and Arab.
No. For the most part, when you hear bodega, it is related to somebody Hispanic that owns the business. However, there's also some people I grew up with back home, like they had favorite bodegas and they were black owned, and that was cool too. And it's all you got to remember too is that it's preference based, right? But bodegas are the best of both worlds, right? Because at a convenience store, they have the regular bland shit, right? However, you got white people with flavor like Andy that want to try a new recipe, that want to see if they can handle spicy food, that want to get good pork rinds or the perfect quote unquote avocado for his girl. That's where you find.
Now here, Alex, I have a question. I've often been ordering my sandwich at a corner store, and I've thought to myself, I really could use a bowl right now. Would a bodega help me with that?
What do you mean a bowl? Like
to smoke marijuana flower.
Smoke. Yeah. You best believe that dude will rotate the wall that has white teas on it, and there will be a whole smoke shop behind there with a bud tender.
Are you telling me at a bodega I can get high and have a ham sandwich?
Yo, you could get a ham sandwich. You could get a bowl. You could probably get weed from the cashier if you know him well enough.
All right, Lemaire, I concede my entire point.
It's just wow, whoa, really? All right, well, Alex, there's 2 points. You're up 2-0. Well, sorry about that, chat. You guys should have got in there faster. Well, all right, this is unprecedented. I've never had a change of heart mid-debate. This is wild. Shannon says rotate that wall. Yes, rotate that wall and get that bowl. Now, Andy, I believe it's your turn for your second opinion, right? It's your second opinion. And you believe that it's your turn and you have to defend that when you okay, your opinion is that when you buy a drone, you have to go around and introduce yourself to the neighbors like a sex offender. You have 2 minutes on the clock and your time starts now.
Yeah, I believe that. When you have a drone, there's too much of a risk factor. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great drone users. We all know that. Shouts out to good friend Gordon Baker Bone. He is an upstanding drone citizen. But There's just too many options for a drone to go bad. And I think if someone in your neighborhood has a drone, the adults need to know. They need to know because it's too many. You got too much options when you get that drone. You got too much, and you get these scenarios that don't make people feel comfortable. It's real, it's real because when you buy a house, you're not thinking about airspace. You know what I mean? You're not thinking about what the rules are in the air, and the drone can really have a whole live in that I'm not touching you gray area. You know what I mean? And sometimes when I get out of the shower, I don't get dressed right away. And sometimes I use the sunlight to dry me off. And that's for me. That's not for your drone. That's just for me. And honestly, I would feel violated in a big way. So I would feel comfortable. I would go about knowing that there's a drone in the neighborhood, knowing that a drone moved in. I would feel very comfortable if that drone owner came up to me and, was very upfront with me, told me his intentions with the drone. Why did you buy that drone? Do you have a video recording company? No, just for fun. What does that fun entail? Because really think about it. No one needs a drone. You get a drone and then figure out what you're going to use that drone for. And what did they say? Rule 34. If it's out there, there's porn of it. Well, A plus B equals you filming me naked with your drone. That's real. That's all I got to say about that.
Wow, Andy. I am, I didn't even think about it that way. I just thought these were free thinking hippies, just like out there taking over the airspace and having freaky
think about that.
Robot sex.
Think about that, Lemaire. You walk out of the shower.
My inner sanctum.
You do your lap around the apartment, your dry off lap.
Yeah.
Now imagine that's all on video from some rights infringing drone.
Yeah, some commie putting all my flops and drops on the internet.
Yeah, those are your flops and drops. Yeah. Those are in your those stay inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Those aren't for anyone else.
Exactly. Those aren't anyone's flops and drops. Wow, Andy, thank you for your powerful debate move. You've won me over. I'm only the judge. Alex, it's your turn. You have a minute and a half to retort these claims, and your time starts now.
Well, first and foremost, man, just because like I want to ask Andy one question. Do you have kids?
No, I do not have kids.
So why you mind going there, bro?
Ooh.
Let people fly. Let people fly drones freely. Doesn't mean it's used for evil. You know what I mean? Like if you choose to frolic around your own bedroom after you shower and lotion yourself to Erykah Badu's On and On. That's your business, you know what I mean? But close the blinds.
like you can read me like a book.
Bro, it's like, listen, we all like to do certain things by ourselves in our house. However, right? Curtains have been such an investment since I believe the beginning of a house. Before doors were made, they were using curtains. So even if you had a drone, it's like, bro, what's gonna happen? You can't see inside of it. It's to block out the outside world. Drones are included with the outside world now. Like a drone would never, get a driver's license, get a black van. You know what I mean? Buy, and then go to your kids like, hey, little boy, what are you doing? Like, it's a drone.
10 seconds.
It does what it does. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, great debate, Alex. I don't know if I've what. Yeah, Andy, why are you even thinking about that? You ain't got kids. This is enlightening. This is enlightening. Now, you guys in the audience, it's your turn to vote. If you agree with when you buy a drone, you have to introduce yourself to your neighbors like a sex offender, you vote pro. If you disagree, you vote con. You vote pro in the chat, you vote pro in the polls. You vote con in the chat, you vote con in the polls. Alex and Andy, get them votes.
What?
Get your votes. Go ahead, try and get votes now. Man,
yo, Andy can talk all you want, bro. I'm I got a solid argument, I think.
Yeah.
I got a solid argument too, and and I'll go back to my routine. Speaking of solid, like my morning routine is very solid, and I hear what you say about curtains, but I'm not about closing myself off to the world. I'm not about staying inside, hiding out. I'm about
freedom.
Living my life on my property, and if you come on my property and you're trying to violate my morning routine. You're trying to what were you saying, Lemaire? My drips and my drabs.
Your flips and your flaps. Yeah, your flips and your draps or something.
My flips and my drips. Yeah. I don't say. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like you. I don't like the violations.
Don't encroach on my flips and drips. I hear you.
Exactly. Don't tread on my flips.
We have a comment from Chuck again. He says America is great because you can throw rocks at drones and they don't blow up your cousin's wedding in retaliation. Wow. Alex, do you have an anti-drone agenda?
I don't, man. I think that they're used mostly for good. Like the ones that you could buy just for cameras. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea like what else you could equip that with. But
yeah.
I mean, like for the most part, it's like regular people can't get the bad ones that like everybody talks about anyway. You know, but like Amazon has shit right now where it's like, yo, they dropping off stuff via drone. How cool is that, Andy? How cool is that? Yo, Amazon could drone you curtains so that way other drones don't get on. How cool is that, Andy?
I'm just gonna have to accept these my rights, my drips and my drops being violated.
Yeah, you're gonna have to indulge in the privacy violations of the future.
And to be honest, I didn't realize how cheap drones are. So I'm double scared at this point.
There's $10 drones at Turkey Hill. Anybody can have a drone.
No one should be able to see me dry off for that cheap.
The other day, I saw a drone flying down the street with a gun, just a pistol out. It was frightening.
That's hilarious.
Maria said, "I don't want anyone to see me naked unless it's Amazon delivery."
Thanks, Maria.
Yeah. Okay, we got a question. What about all the drones being used by drug dealers? Huh? What do you think about that, Alex? Or Andy, because you're Andy. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about drones being used by drug dealers?
Well, I think.
Go ahead, Andy.
I was gonna say I find the war on drugs to be absolutely reprehensible. So I just see those men as future legitimate business owners. And to be honest, they're busy growing their brand. They're busy earning money for their community, for themselves, and all that. They don't have time to look at my dong. So I have no gripe with them whatsoever.
Same here, bro. If you're trying to get it aerially, who am I to fucking fault you? You know what I mean? Like, and it's the genius of it all too is that, yo, this war on drugs that is happening. If you use a drone, it's not on your person; it's your drone. But then they'd have to fucking prove that you were the one using the drone, which they can't do. It's almost a loophole outside of the whole thing. Wow. However, if you were really concerned about people dropping off drugs and drones, man, yeah, you should reconsider, bro. Because I want my weed men to get drones all the time. That way, I don't have to police. I think it'd be super fun. And first and foremost, too, I think drug dealers are probably some of the most
forward-thinking,
responsible people with expensive products. So I feel as if they would take care of a drone the way it should be taken care of.
Well, Alex, that's a great point. But it wasn't a point enough to get you to the point. Andy, you get the point. I know I said point 3 times, but it's yours, Andy.
Oh, no.
Yes. 2-1. Alex, you're still up. But this one might decide the game, boys. This one should decide the game. Right. Alex, if you win this point, then you win the game. But Andy, if you stop Alex from winning this point, then we got to go to a third round. So, Alex, your point is, and you have 2 minutes to defend it. Your point is, Chris Benoit should still be celebrated. You have 2 minutes on the clock, and your time starts now.
I want to say first and foremost that I took on the hardest, the hardest angle for this debate because I knew that Andy was the goddamn wrestling fan, and I knew it would tear him up to talk down on Chris Benoit. However, I want to say that Chris Benoit was known as a wrestler and not as the real guy that he was. However, I will say that although the acts were horrific and should have had some sort of consequences. However, I also think that it was a result from him trying to entertain all of us 365 days a year, fucking jumping off the top rope and headbutting a dude with no protection every single night, all year, for years. And to still get told that wrestling is fake. Meanwhile, this dude out here murdering people? Nah, man. This is real. The cross-faced crippler is real, bro. Like, I think that I hope, you know what, man? Like I'm against, murdering your family first and foremost. I'm very against that. You know, I think that's gonna get thrown in my face the most. But you also got to remember, he had the decency at least to, be like, I'm gonna go out too. It wasn't like I'm gonna stay around like some of these other serial killers. Yeah, and I just think he was an amazing athlete, man. Everybody knew him inside the ring, and I think that what happened inside the ring is ultimately what led him to his demise. So, looking at a real dude that sacrificed his mind, body, and soul for the art of some shit that he loved. And, I think that I wish shit happened differently, but it happened. And I'm sorry for the family and everything, but I still think that, even his family still supports his legacy because they know that was. And that dude was a legend, man. Like, I was a little ass kid doing a cross-faced crippler on my little brother and getting my ass whooped.
by your little brother?
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alex, thank you.
Still think he should be celebrated.
That was great. Great debating. Okay. So Andy.
Hey, buddy.
It's your turn. You have a minute and a half.
Ready.
You have a minute and a half to retort, and your time starts now, dude.
All right. Man.
Yes. Oh, no.
You're a wrestler.
Yes.
Did you leave me?
No.
Okay.
I thought my Zoom froze. I'm sorry. Yeah, go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to say, if anyone doesn't know Lemaire, you are a wrestling fan as well, correct?
Yes, indeed.
And what would you say in a wrestling match is the most important part of the match?
To keep kayfabe.
Sorry?
To keep kayfabe and to keep your opponent safe. Your partner.
No. I'm saying from a creative standpoint, from beginning to end, what's the most important part of the match?
Keeping kayfabe, the story.
I would say it's the finish. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
It's the finish. So, if we go to Chris Benoit and we look at his life like a wrestling match, Mr. Benoit botched that finish. And he did not end properly. So, to celebrate the man, it did not go well. It did not go well. And I don't find that appropriate. I don't find it hilarious like you do, Alex. He was a great wrestler. He did put his body on the line. All those headbutts, he took that thick neck he had and he
10 seconds
used it to the best of his ability. But at the end of the day, did not finish strong, I will say.
Andy, I got to say, that's a powerful point. I didn't even think of it that way. The most important, I thought you were talking about wrestling in general, but the most important part of a match is the finish, and Benoit did finish terribly. That's very fair. So now,
by the way, I gotta say, just my wife is making dinner and heard that out of context and looked so goddamn horrified. It was hilarious.
Well, let's go into the chat, you guys. Wow. I'm very surprised by these votings. If you believe Chris Benoit should be still celebrated, you vote pro in the chat. If you don't, you vote con in the chat. If you do agree, you vote pro in the vote poll. If you don't agree, you vote con in the vote poll. So yeah, Andy and Alex, I don't know how to approach this because like I don't really what he did was terrible, right? But he was such a good fucking wrestler. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that though. You got to remember, it's like they did the scans on his brain, and it was worse than dudes that put the most time in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's what ultimately led to that decision. Yeah. So, like, people, like, all jokes aside, people look at that isolated incident and goes, yo, this dude is a fucking, like, horrifying fucking monster. But this dude was also fucking jumping off the top rope and headbutting people, no protection, every day of the year. You're going to go nuts. If anybody's responsible, I feel like it's the people that were employing him. And I still think that that's just a dude that fell to the hands of a craft that he loved. And as comics, we all know people like that.
Damn.
There should be some sympathy, you know, like there definitely should. Like his little brother even said, his little brother was like, I still look up to my big brother because he knows he wasn't that person. It's all the headbutts.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is fair. He punished himself for our entertainment.
Yes.
So it's almost as much as our fault as it is his.
Wait, are we having a real conversation now? Because I have so many opinions.
You guys are trying to get votes.
Do I have to be funny now? I can't remember.
I was trying to be funny, but then I got serious. I was like, nah, bro. Like, people like painting this dude to be a monster. Yo, this dude is the spokesperson for concussion. And you going to tell me that he's not at fault? Like, it's crazy. All right.
No, for real. I genuinely think like it's not. You shouldn't feel guilty for watching his matches because it is like when they looked at his brain, like that's not. You know, people were trying to look at that like who in the right mind would do something like that, and you're like, exactly. Like when you got holes in your head and your brain is mush, that's gonna happen.
Yo, when your CAT scan looks like camouflage, there's a fucking problem, bro.
He had like 100 troops in his brain.
Yeah, dude. I should also clarify. I shouldn't say that's gonna happen like it's happened a bunch of times. I meant
it has happened a bunch of times.
When your brain's a nightmare like that, you can't blame it on the dude before your brain was a nightmare. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wow. So you guys, I'm gonna call it. And this one was close.
Canadian?
He was Canadian. Canadian.
He didn't mean it.
This one was close, guys. But Alex, you got the point, and you win the game. That's a win for you. Yeah. Wow. Tremendous.
Yeah.
At a barbecue. Go get some steak for us all. So as the winner of the game, you can, if you would like, you don't have to, you can roast Andy for 30 seconds for his opinions. If you like. You don't have to.
Nah, bro, that's my boy. And to be honest, it was hard because I know him just like me. Andy probably wrote down like a joke for each subject and riffed the rest because that's how much of a goddamn genius he is. I fucking over prepared like a motherfucker. So I will never roast my homies like that.
Wow.
But go up in a dumbass fucking outfit, but you best believe it'll be longer.
Alex, would you like to plug anything real quickly?
Yeah. I'm plugging Keep It Basement podcast.
Hey.
Me, Mike Sweeney, Tom Zappia, we all co-host that together. You can find it at Keep It Basement, KeepItBasement. And yeah, my fucking Instagram, Twitter, not Alex Nicholas. And yeah, that's it.
Sweet.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No, dude, thanks for being on it.
This is the funnest thing I've done. Like,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. Andy, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, well, I will say to piggyback off Alex, because this is the second time I did it. I swear to God, not to be a dick, but I remember when you asked me to do it the first time, I was like, is this gonna work out? Both times, it's been a blast. Because like this Zoom stuff doesn't always work out. This ended up being a blast both times. Check me out. My podcast, I do it with, I believe he's been on this before, Nate Marshall. My podcast is Panties in the Mouth. That is Panties in the Mouth. Go check it out. We just dropped an episode yesterday. Just two bros being friends, having disagreements, and loving each other.
Have you guys gone to the same room yet?
What?
Have you guys gone to the same room yet, or are you still Zooming it?
No, we're still Zooming, but I can't. We're probably going to do a podcast in the same room soon. Okay. You know, everything's starting to open up and shit.
Yeah, you guys are going to be cuddling each other and stuff? I'm all jealous.
Most likely. You know, like per usual, like we do. And also, anyone watching this live or in the future, actually live, literally, you could hop on over to twitch.tv/AndyGotJokes. I Twitch stream over there. And yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you guys.
Wave goodbye to the crowd for now. I'm going to come talk to you guys in the Zoom. If you don't leave, you guys can leave, but I'll just come say some bye to you. Yeah, goodbye. Wow, everybody, a great new feud. A wonderful episode with Alex Nicholas and Andy Malafarina. Andy taking another hard loss. He's a great competitor, though. He's fighting. You got to get him back. He'll get it now. Or a W. He'll get a win one of these days. And I would like you guys to know, Friday we have a main event, and this main event is sweet. It's Daryl Charles and David James. Oh my goodness! So if you guys don't come out for this one, you're gonna miss out on. You don't know what you're missing out on. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. we have feud. So the next one is this Friday at 7 p.m. Please come out. Thank you guys for watching this one, and bye.